Hey guys, I don't want you to forget about this little girl Madeline here. We have a few more days. Bring in your money. Let's raise this $2,500. God is good. He can do this. All right. Today we are learning the last part of systems, kind of, until we move into systems with inequalities. Forgot to tell you about that. But anyways, today we're learning elimination using multiplication. This is my very favorite. It's like a puzzle. So what I have written here is that use multiplication to solve systems when the coefficients are not going to cancel. In other words, we're using addition and subtraction still, but now we have to add multiplication into that. This is like a puzzle that you need to put together. What you will do is multiply one or both equations by a number so that one of your variables will cancel. Then you do addition and subtraction. What does all that mean? Let's see. Okay, here's my problem. 5x plus 6y equals negative 8. 2x plus 3y equals negative 5. So if we're going to do addition and subtraction, you always have to have your x's and your y's and your constants lined up. Okay, here's the problem. Before, with addition and subtraction, you could either add or put a subtraction sign and multiply everything by a negative, and one of your variables would cancel. But you can't do that in this problem. If you notice, my coefficient is 5 and I've got a 2. And then I've got a 6 and I've got a 3. So nothing's going to cancel. But if you can think of something to do to make one of them cancel, then you can do addition and subtraction. If you notice, if I look at these two numbers, this is the easiest one to work with. Why? Because 6 is a multiple of 3. So imagine if I multiplied this whole entire equation by negative 2. That's still the same equation, it's just multiplied by a different number, okay? So that's what I'm going to do. If you look down here, I already did it. Multiply negative 2 times 2x plus 3y equals negative 5. You multiply it and distribute it. You always have to distribute. Negative 2 times 2x is negative 4x. Negative 2 times 3y is negative 6y. And negative 2 times negative 5, yes, you have to do the entire equation even on the equal sign. And I should have gotten, I got positive 10 because there are two negatives. Okay, so let's look at our new problem. We've got 5x plus 6y equals negative 8 and negative 4x minus 6y equals 10. Now I can do addition and subtraction. There you go, and I get 5x minus 4x is x. Negative 8 plus 10 is positive 2. Once I get 2, I go back and plug it in like you've been doing. I'm going to plug it into the top one. 5 times 2 plus 6y equals negative 8. Figure all that out, and you get y equals negative 3. Don't you love it? I love it. Okay. So here we go again. 6x minus 2y equals 10, and 3x minus 7y equals negative 19. And I started writing multiply the second equation, but I'm not going to write that. I'm just going to ask you, is there anything that we can do to either the x or the y to get one of these to cancel? Well, hopefully you said this would be easier. It's funny that we're using a 6 and a 3 again, but this just happens to be the second example. If I multiply not just by a 2 but a negative 2, my x's will cancel. I always have a goal of canceling either x or y. So I have to multiply this by a negative 2. So I'm going to rewrite my top equation, and then I'm going to rewrite my bottom equation, but I'm going to distribute that negative 2. So I get negative 2 times 3x is negative 6x. Negative 2 times negative 7y is positive 14y. And negative 2 times 19 is positive 38. And now you can go ahead and cancel your 6's with your x's, and you get a positive 14 and a negative 2 is a positive 12y. And then you add those two numbers and you get 48. Y equals 4. Take your y equals 4. That's half of your answer. Go back, plug it into either one. I don't care which one. 6x minus 2 times positive 4 equals 10. 6x minus 8 equals 10. How do I get the x alone? I look around for addition and subtraction first. I see that I need to add 8 to both sides to make that cancel, and I get 6x equals 18. Divide by 6 because x is being multiplied by 6, so I do the opposite. x equals 3. My final answer is 3, 4. That means this system, if I graphed this line and this line, they cross at this point. That's always what we're trying to figure out. Let's go over here. We've got 2 more examples. Say hi, Bradley. Hi. Bradley's going to get double, that's all right, you can. All right, come on over here. All right, so, oops, it just came out of the wall. Bradley, can you go plug that in, please? All right, we'll just plug this in right here. It's okay. All right, maybe if it wasn't so tangled. All right, is it still going? Okay, all right, so let's look at this now. 4x plus 2y equals 8 and 3x plus 3y equals 9. There is no number that I can multiply one of these equations by to get the other number. I don't have multiples. So this one's a little bit harder, and this is why this is like a puzzle. But if you look at your coefficients and you can choose your x's or your y's and actually multiply each by each other, you'll get it to cancel. And one of them has to be negative. So this is what I mean. I'm going to choose x, okay? If I multiply this equation by 3, and I multiply this equation by -4, these will cancel. So watch what I mean. If I multiply the first equation by 3, and distribute my 3 to everything, I get 12x plus 6y equals 24. Now if I multiply this by -4, and I'm just taking these coefficients and swapping them, okay, I multiply by -4, I get -12x minus 12y equals -36. And now, as my calculus teacher used to say, I'm cooking with gas. All right, so because I have a 12x and a 12x, that cancels. Now I can add these two and get -6y, and I can add these two and get -12. Is this easy? No. Is it fun? Yes. Okay, y equals 2. Go back and plug that in. 4x plus 2 times 2 equals 8. 4x plus 4, equals 8. Subtract 4 on both sides. Because I look around my x and I see addition and subtraction needs to go first. 4x equals 4, divide by 4, divide by 4, x equals 1. We have one more problem, similar to the last one. Okay? 5x, 2x, -3y, 5y. Okay, because I just showed you how to get rid of x's, this time I'll show you how to get rid of y's. Okay, I have a negative and a positive, so the good news is I don't have to multiply by a negative. If I multiply this equation by 5, this equation by 3, then the middle things will cancel. So I'm going to multiply my top equation by 5. I'm just choosing the coefficient down here to multiply this one by, to make my y's disappear. And I'm going to multiply my bottom one by 3, because this is 3, so you'll see what happens. Okay, ready? 5 times 5 is 25x. 5 times -3 is -15y. 5 times 6 is 30. 3 times 2x is 6x. 3 times 5y is positive 15y. Bingo, there I go. 3 times -10 is -30. Okay, yay, goodbye. 25 and 6 is 31. X equals 30 minus 30 is 0. Now some of you guys freak out when you see a 0 divided by a number. Okay, a 0 divided by a number is just 0. So my first answer is 0. Now go back and plug that in. I'm going to plug it into the first one. 5 times 0 minus 3y equals 6. 5 times 0 is just 0. That knocks off. So I get -3y equals 6. Divide by -3 and I get y equals -2. So 0, -2 is my answer. And let me just plug it into the other one, make sure we get the right answer. 2 times 0 is 0. 5 times -y is -10. -10 equals -10. I know it works in this one because I just tried it, and now I know it works in that one. When I graph these two lines, they cross in 0, -2. It's a lot. That's a lot of notes. I expect really good notes from tonight. And you have 2 days to do it. I will collect it on Thursday. See you then. Bye.